Okay, I'm trying to get a point across. Um, More than one point, I guess. So, the point is, I don't want a relationship. I don't want sex. I just want to learn. I just want to grow. I want to become a better person. I've been working on that since January. Something happened to me that made me want to become a better person. Where everything that I liked, I suddenly didn't like it anymore. I didn't like those things anymore. And then I started to see people that I spent all my energy on. And they didn't like me. They didn't give a shit about me. They didn't care. So I stopped talking to them. I didn't block anybody except a few people. Those people needed to be blocked. But for the most part, the people that I cared most about, that I put the most energy into, those are the people that I didn't block. And because I didn't block them, if they never try to talk to me again, that's fine. And I don't want to talk to any of my exes. The past needs to stay in the past. I'm friends with one ex. And the reason for that is because I understand forgiveness. I understand that people make mistakes. I make too many mistakes. And now I have to work on fixing those mistakes or correcting my wrongs. Apologizing isn't enough. Apologizing for something I've wronged somebody with isn't enough for me. For me, it's changing the thing I'm apologizing for. If I apologize to somebody, it's sincere. If I try to help somebody, it's sincere. If I tell somebody something, usually it's really the truth. It's really how I feel, I think about it. I'm not lying. If I see something a certain way, I'm telling you the truth. If I ask you, or even if I don't ask you, if I sit and shut the fuck up and listen, and I'm willing to listen, and I hear the same thing everybody else is saying, I don't want to hear it. It's the same thing. I'm bored. I'm tired of the same thing over and over and over again. That's why I listen to the music I listen to, because it's different than what everyone else around me listens to. I like it. So, about my spiritual path, that's nobody's business but mine. However, I'll share it with you. I have come a long way. Something happened to me, and that thing that happened to me made me start looking for other spiritual paths. And I wandered into some of the wrong spiritual paths for me. It didn't align with me, and I wanted it to, and I tried to force it, and it didn't align with me. So now I don't choose a spiritual path. I'm just spiritual. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I believe in the devil? No, not as a figure. No. I believe in the existence of evil, but you cannot put the existence of evil on a deity or a being. If you believe in that being and you put the existence of evil upon that being, then you're giving it power. If you really, really believe in the devil, you're giving it power by talking about it, thinking about it, pointing at it. You're giving it power. If you're talking about God, my whole belief on God is a long story. Okay? Let's just say I believe God lives in everybody, has a little piece of itself, himself, itself, whatever God is, has put a piece of itself in every human being. And my belief is that every human being can resonate this, can build this up, can reach it, but the way you reach it is by looking inside of yourself, really, really looking at yourself, seeing all the parts of yourself that you can look at the best you can, and working with that. The shadow self is a real thing. It's a real thing because I've discovered parts of myself I didn't know existed, and I didn't like it. I still don't like it. When I have to do shadow work, it's looking at yourself and embracing that it is a part of you. And then comes ego death, where it's not your ego that dies because your ego is defense mechanism. It's parts of your ego that you do not need anymore shedding off of you or out of you. That's the way I see things. Okay? Do I worship anything? No. Have I sold my soul? Fuck no. I've never even made a deal with any deity out there where I offered my soul. My soul, it belongs to me. God gave me that. I'm not going to give it away. That's stupid. Not for anything in this world, because everything material doesn't exist technically in my head. It exists, but it doesn't exist. And if you add the two together, well, it becomes something different. I don't know what it becomes. Singular. I'm tired of pretending to be a way that I'm not, or talking to people about shit that I don't really want to talk about, or humoring people no matter what, and, giving my energy and giving my energy and giving myself and talking to people and giving myself and not getting anywhere. Listening to people and trying to help them and not getting anywhere. It's very frustrating. A spiritual awakening is maddening. It will make you feel like you're losing your mind. It will make you look like you're losing your mind in the eyes of other people. It will land you in the hospital. It might land you in the hospital. What is good for me may not be good for another person. How things affect me may not affect another person, that person might just be fine and not even go through what I've gone through. But I've been in the hospital because of spiritual awakenings. It's not a wonderful, great thing all the time. It's a terrible thing. It makes you able to see things that everyone else doesn't see, and, you're labeled crazy because you can see things and hear things and experience things that other people can't. Yet, if they go through it, most likely they will at some point in their life, hopefully. Because once you're spiritually aware, I think when it fully happens to you, like, it happens they say in stages, but I don't think it's in stages. I think it's gonna happen to you for the rest of your life. I don't think there is a full awakening where somebody's completely awakened. I don't think that's possible, because science coincides with it should coincide with spirituality. So that's not scientifically possible. It's not physiologically possible. The human brain cannot be used all the way. I think it would blow up. So that's my take on things. People need to come off of their high horses. Because, well, just because you've gone through certain awakenings does not make you entitled or better than anybody. Okay? Nobody's truly better than anybody. People are just better at doing certain things than other people, and those people are shitty at doing the things that those people are better at. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I could be better than my sister at something, but she could be better than me at something that I'm really shitty at doing. So I really don't see why people are on some kind of ego trip. I don't like how in the spiritual community people start talking about the karmics. People are not karmic. They carry karmic energy. That's all. If the karmic energy can be cleared, are they a karmic? This isn't addiction. This isn't once an addict, always an addict. Well, guess what? Sometimes an addict will say, I don't want this shit anymore. I don't want to live this way anymore. I want to change it. And they will change it. So if somebody wanders too far one way, spiritually, and they end up a certain way, and they see the way they are, and they want to change it, and they decide they are going to change it, who is anybody else to say that they have not changed? Nobody should be judged to that, except God. God is the only thing. The universe itself is the only thing that can judge you. Truly. So anybody passing judgment upon me in my silence is, number one, I'm not being sneaky. I just have nothing to say anymore. If I have something to say, I will say it. But if I have nothing to say, I'm not being sneaky. I'm just quiet because I tried saying everything I had to say. Nobody listened, so what the fuck am I going to say anything for? Or if it doesn't pertain to me, why say anything? There's no reason. I'm not insecure anymore. I'm tired of everything being fake. And that's all I have to say.